My new book, Life is Abracadabra, just got released here in India. And this book has magical stories from my travels all over the world that will make anyone look at life with new eyes. Now, what do I mean by that? So, I was very young, around 17 years old, when I left India. And during university, I was studying computer science and German. My big dream was to go to Europe, to go to Germany, whose language I was learning. But I neither had the money nor the opportunity to go there. I used to take my books to the airport in Singapore, the Changi airport, and I would sit at the viewing mall, and all the planes that used to go to Europe, towards Europe, I used to wave at them and say, tell Germany I'm coming soon, or ask Europe to prepare for my arrival. And I used to play with myself like that because I didn't have the money to go, but I really wanted to go. And then something very magical happened, like within a couple of months, I won an all-expense paid trip to Europe. And after I returned from Europe, I took up a student exchange program to live across different continents of the world. So from Asia, I went to Europe, Africa, South America, Central America, North America. And in all these continents, I have lived not just for 1 or 2 days or 1 or 2 months, but for years. And when I was doing my exchange programs in these continents, I lived with local families, eating their food, adopting their lifestyles, wearing their costumes, working in their country, attending their religious and traditional functions, going to their weddings, to their church masses. And I had a lot of insights. Like, I was literally looking at life through mirrors of reality. And during this time, I also had some really extreme and intense experiences. For example, sometimes I found myself in a life-threatening situation and there was no way to come out of that situation, and I knew that I was going to die, that there was no way I would survive that. And then something so magical happened and took me out of that life-threatening situation. Or there was an insurmountable challenge, an obstacle that there was no conceivable possibility to overcome for me. And then someone would show up in my life, or something strange would happen, and that problem would be magically solved. So at some point I felt that there is a bigger purpose to my life, and there is some higher force that was protecting me on this journey and that was showing me the way. So of course I didn't know the whole path, only one step was shown to me, and when I would take that step, then another step would be shown to me, and then another, and this is how I lived across the whole world for nearly 20 years. And I had very magical insights during these adventures of the heart. So this book shows you how the universe sends opportunities on your way when you just have a desire, or when you have a dream and you have no idea how to manifest that dream. External reality shows you a totally opposite situation, and there is no way you can plan or conceive a way that will take you towards your dream. But if you dream enough, if your dream is big enough to contain your soul, then you will be presented with opportunities, and the universe sends signs and synchronicities on your way. And when you notice that synchronicity and you take action, then another synchronicity is presented on your way, and then another, and then another, and before you know it, you are propelled onto an entire new reality where when you look back, you can't even recognize your past.
Writing a book is not easy.
Okay, the motivation, very good question. So I had a dream, and I saw the book in a dream. I had to give birth to this book, and then the book will find its own destiny. Did I answer your question? Yeah, any more questions here? Okay. Anybody else? Yes.
What is possible the person of 50 years old be a writer without knowing English or Hindi?
Be a writer, of course. See, even if you're 99 years old, I will tell you that don't stop dreaming. Because life doesn't end at death or at any age. Souls don't have an age. If there is a writer sitting inside you, you have to give expression to it. My first encounter with magic was not when I won that all expense paid trip to Europe. So when I was in university in Singapore, I injured my back, my spinal cord. I had to wear this huge, big, thick belt around my waist all the time. I was always in pain. 2 years of suffering drove me to contemplating suicide. So when I was at university, there were times I would be like, what is the use of my life like this? I had put on a lot of weight, I could not move, I could not do anything normally. And before that accident, I used to be an athlete. Agility was in my nature. And when all of that came to a full stop, I went into severe depression and I was contemplating suicide. Until one night, I dared to step outside of my physical limitations. My back got magically, spontaneously healed. That was my first encounter with magic. When our souls are ready, when we have nothing to lose, and we can find the courage in our hearts to walk the path of our dreams, that is when the magic happens. The Lestrigonians and the Cyclops, the angry Poseidon, you will never encounter them on your path if your heart hasn't set them up before you. If your thoughts remain lofty, if a fine emotion touches your spirit. So can you remove the Lestrigonians and the Cyclops and the Poseidon from here? Then you will not meet them on your path. Your heart will not set them up before you because there is no need for them. See, we are very powerful creators. What we believe, we create. So this word, abracadabra, it's a Hebrew word. It means I shall create as I speak. I shall create as I believe. I shall create as I do. See, God is here, creator. We are made in the image and likeness of the creator and we are here to create. The universe is there. It doesn't see limitations. I had to leave the country within a certain day and I didn't know how I would do that because I had no money. And then one day, before going to work, I was taking my bucket bath and there was a voice inside that told me, have faith, you will go. And that day I did something different that I don't do every day, and that story is in the book. Within a couple of hours, I met a stranger, a lady, who gave me my tickets to leave Africa, and her name was Faith. So you know what it means when I say I shall create as I speak, abracadabra. This is the kind of stories that are in the book. You don't have to worry about your present limitations. You don't have to worry how it will happen. You just have to believe in what you want. And the universe will bring the solution to you. So you don't have to find yourself at the effect of life all the time. You can be the cause. And I encourage all of you to dream. If you don't have a dream, then create a dream and then go ahead and live it. Any more questions?
My question pertains to your book. You have mentioned quite a number of times for the dreams.
Yes.
And this, I often hear with many other motivational speakers who just say, just dream and dream. But the reality is that just dreaming doesn't work. Maybe you agree, but most of the people don't agree on this issue also, that magics happen, or just by dreaming you can achieve anything. So
Yeah.
what's your take on that?
I will tell you, magic only happens to those who can make it real in their imaginations. Your imagination is your source code. It is your divine gift. You have come into this world with one power, and that is the power of your imagination. You can create anything. You can create hell and heaven in your imagination. And what happens, so people who say don't dream and be realistic, they have not understood their divine gift. Everything comes here. You love somebody, you fall in love. Where do you experience the love? In your imagination. You succeed in something in your life. Where do you experience the joy of that success? In your imagination. You have a feeling. Where do you process that feeling? In your imagination. And that feeling that you have, it can look as good or as bad as you imagine it to be. Is there anything more powerful than imagination? Please tell me. No. So, if it can become a reality in your imagination, it will become a reality in your physical life. So, you rise above the fear consciousness, and that is when you can create magic. And how you rise above the fear consciousness? Here. If it is possible in your mind, it will be possible in your reality. If it is impossible in your mind, it will be impossible in your reality. So read it. You will really like it. Life is abracadabra. It really is. You have a question?
Yes, I missed a little bit of your beginning.
Okay.
So, but I want to know, why should I, a person like me, buy your book?
Yeah, so this is a book that will make you believe in magic and miracles. And we go into self-abandonment, self-rejection, and even self-hating, when we can't express our true passions in life. So that's why this book will help you see life from totally new eyes. Like, that way you would have never looked at it. It will definitely change your perception of life. More questions? We have another 5-10 minutes. Yes. Is it okay? Okay, yes.
Hi, I'm really happy to be in this energy field that you have created, and I really resonate with everything that you have said, like manifestations, and sometimes I see like synchronicities and all that stuff. So, and also I want to congratulate for your book, and I'm just really happy that you are telling your experience, because I feel as women we need to talk about, like, I just want to say that what I have experienced in my life sometimes.
Right.
When we talk about destiny, manifestations, and all that stuff, what is happening?
Yeah, just go ahead. I'm getting it.
So when we talk about destiny and all that stuff, people just shrug it off.
Right.
Like, please guide me what an upcoming author should do, through this journey of publishing, writing. What is your experience?
See, writing is a lonely hobby. I know that. Because until and unless I'm connecting with that inner thing, I cannot bring out those expressions. When you want to become a good writer, you have to spend a lot of time with yourself and believe in your writing. It may not be the best. You write something, you send it to some publishers, they reject it. It is still your creation. You cannot reject it. It is your first step. You learn from it. You are here to paint your masterpiece. And that masterpiece will not look like anything you have seen. Your soul knows what you have come here to do. What is that masterpiece going to be? You can whitewash the whole painting and start anew with the brushes of your own wants and wishes and desires and dreams. The colors of your soul. Whitewash your painting and paint again.
Amazing.
Thank you.